Welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about isokinetics. Isokinetics goes through pretty much all of the form. Ma'am here is going to demonstrate by doing a series or two. As she begins her series work, I want to talk to you about what isokinetic means. You've heard us talk about the fact that it is resistance without weights and what that actually means. We talk a lot about that connection between mind and body, and what does that mean? Well, a lot of that has to do with attention to action. We're not just moving our arms up and down. We're actually thinking about a resistance, whether that's reaching out as far as we can for paint or lifting up a sticky ball as we're going. But the idea is that we put our attention on something. It's sort of like if we think of our mind as a spotlight and we shine that spotlight on a certain muscle group to achieve a movement. And that movement is not necessarily, in this case, paint, but it's the movement of I'm lifting something, and that lifting of something creates an engagement of. As we do this, it's easy if you have a partner to give you that resistance as you feel that weight being pulled back or pushed forward. But the idea is that we put an attention to the movement. That attention then can translate into our isokinetics, that resistance without weight. This is used primarily with our breath. The breath itself is that diaphragmatic breathing, and we use that breath to help engage the muscles. With an inhale, we are able to grab or relax, and with an exhale, we are able to push or to pull. Each time that we do this, it's important to recognize with isokinetics that we're focusing on a movement, but we're focusing on how that movement feels. Within that feeling then, we see how we're doing during our day. It's sort of a gauge. We figure out if a muscle's tight or if a muscle's loose. If we feel really energetic and we got a good night's sleep, we're able to put a little bit more in. And if we're kind of tired, we put less in. Within this movement of doing Tai Chi, that isokinetic piece, it actually can be used during your day-to-day. If we think about the spotlight concept, we think about things that happen to us. And we want to use that spotlight concept to focus on what is happening, not what might happen. So much of what happens in our day-to-day becomes that what-if scenario. That what-if scenario then sort of builds worlds that don't exist. And the spotlight helps us to keep focus on what is actually happening. For example, if you're driving down the road and you get cut off by somebody, it's very easy to sort of latch on to like, he almost hit me, or we almost got into an accident, or I would have had to have called my insurance, or the police would have been here, the social distancing. There becomes this cascade of what-ifs that occur. But if we're able to take a step back and focus on what is, they missed you. It wasn't a nice thing, but they probably didn't mean to do it on purpose, and they've moved on, and you can as well. So with isokinetics, not only within the form, but also in life, we work to sort of put a spotlight on our attention. That attention can be used for contracting a muscle. It can be used to focus on what is happening right now. In both scenarios, we use the breath. The breath itself as we reach up and grab, exhale as we pull down, using that breath to engage those muscle groups or relax those muscle groups. So too our breath can be used in real life as situations occur to us to keep us focused on what is happening. We can take a deep breath and we can take a deep exhale. Using that diaphragm then, we focus on what is happening, not what might happen. Something to try during your week.